This is Billy Boulevard, Cigar Rant number 14. Cuban cigars? Nah, it's all about Cuban tobacco. Much like you, I'm very excited about the idea of Cuba finally opening up. It's going to be one of those instances where the high tide floats all boats. Cigar lounges, cigar makers, cigar culture, cigar publications are all going to get a shot in the arm, a serious jolt that's going to infuse a lot more excitement around cigar culture. However, one of the most important aspects of what's going on is not the Cuban cigars, not the Cuban rum, not the Cuban food. It's the Cuban tobacco. Imagine now that your favorite cigar maker, your favorite blender, now has access to Cuban tobacco. What does that mean? Well, let's look at a Nicaraguan cigar. Some of my favorite cigars are Nicaraguan puros. Make no mistake, I like Dominican cigars, Ecuadorian cigars, San Andres wrappers, things of the sort, Cameroon even, Connecticut, broadleaf Maduro. I love them all. However, I do have a special affinity for Nicaragua. One thing that you have to recognize is that even though Cuban cigars are complex and they offer up a very unique flavor profile that you only find in Cuba, one thing that is always lacking is the full body and the full flavor that you're going to get from Nicaragua. So now we have the opportunity to completely expand the blending horizon, to expand the possibilities of the flavor profiles. Now we can have a very powerful Nicaraguan filler, Nicaraguan binder with a Cuban wrapper. We can also have a situation where we have a Cuban filler or a Cuban binder with a Nicaraguan wrapper. Now, you start to throw in a San Andres Maduro, you start to throw in a Cameroon wrapper, you start to throw in an Ecuadorian Sumatra, and now you have, my friends, endless possibilities. So again, when terms of Cuba opening up, it's truly not just the Cuban cigars that we're going to be excited about. I'm also sitting in the background waiting for the Padron family to make their next cigar. A cigar that's going to have a Cuban wrapper, or binder, or filler combined with some of the most elegant and wonderful tobacco that we've been able to experience from them. This is going to change everything. And in the background, make no mistake about it, Cuba is also the home of rum. So imagine the pairings that you're going to be able to do with various Cuban rums and these very exotic blends that we're about to get access to. You have mounds of tobacco that has just been sitting in waiting because of the controlled market in Cuba, controlling the supply and picking and choosing the winners and the losers. If that completely opens up, and even in Cuba they're willing to compete, and people are going to go down there and they're going to find all these incredible tobaccos and they're going to blend them, we're going to get cigars with flavor profiles that we can never imagine. Billy Boulevard, PuroMaduro.com. Ease up.